All right, Coach has to try not to get excited on this one, or he might hurt himself. So, as far as the Vikings, they just had Sam Darnold. They had lost to the Eagles in 2018 on the Eagles' way to the Super Bowl after the Eagles had traded the Vikings Sam Bradford. This year, the Vikings lose to the Rams with Sam Darnold, which is the team that Sam Bradford was drafted #1 overall from. So, of course, Rams also playing key parts with the Bobby Lane trade curse. Coach just thought this BoJack Horseman Broncos thing was funny. Nothing too serious there. Coach is thinking about the Pennsylvania Dutch. They just like technology, all that sort of stuff. Coach would like to learn a little bit more of them. #1 ranked team in the country is Auburn. Coach is a little worried about that because not only are they the Tigers, just like Detroit, okay, but the Palace of Auburn Hills is where the Pistons play. Fuck. Sorry, I'll bet my fucking mouth's all bleeding and shit now. I'm not supposed to sneeze or cough or anything. Fuck. Alrighty, so, like I said, that's the Tigers. Just like the Detroit Tigers baseball team, just like Auburn Hills, where the Pistons play, and they are the Tigers, which we have been very high on. As of late, we've got Mike Tyson winning, etc. And Samford Hall, they have Samford Hall. They had 240,000 acres. It is 2024 season. Let's see. 200, yeah. Sorry, that sneeze really fucked me up. So, in 1918, one of our favorite years, okay, also in 18, when, of course, we're talking about the Eagles, etc., all their 18s, nearly all of their able-bodied male students, 18 or older, voluntarily joined the Army, and they had 878 palindrome. So what do you know? And Auburn has never won a championship, but they did make the Final Four in the 2018 season. So that's interesting. There's a coach named Henry Stanford on Hiram's College. It's just some random school, right? Not super important or anything, but we wanted to see just something notable one way or the other. So he's an Ohio State grad. His last name's Stanford. He coached this D3 team. Okay, and they're talking he's broken 25 records, all this sort of stuff. Look at the team this year, 0-9, 222nd, 222 in D3. So definitely notable. Not sure what quite to make of it. Then Stanford's transfer. This is a guy playing for Indiana who Coach liked before he got on to Stanford. And Indiana never really did anything wrong. Coach just thinks Stanford might be a little bit more interesting. But here, Coach is going to make a case for some of the other teams, right? So we know Michigan State's interesting. Coach thinks Auburn is like shady. Like, it's very odd that they're so high and that we've got the Lions winning. And it happens to be Auburn Hills and they're the Tigers. Coach definitely says put some money on Auburn, although it's not going to be like some crazy value or anything like that, unfortunately. It probably makes sense to put at least a couple bets there. But the case for Indiana. So they won in 1987. Ohio State and Notre Dame were just the 8 and the 7 seed. Okay? And, God. Of course, we know about the blue chips in real life, right? Like, this might be the blue chips team. That's why we're on to them to begin with. Their best season. So they had back-to-back 25-point losses to Iowa, Hawkeyes, right, in Illinois. And then 52-52 tie game at half. So those are all 25s. But, they're not like doing super great, but they're not out of the tournament yet. They're only a couple games behind Stanford. Right, 2.5 games or something like that. And if they could find a way to sneak in, I think they could make some noise. Obviously, Coach says be more afraid of Auburn, but the fact that the 76 season is considered to be the best college basketball season ever for Indiana. And Bob Knight fucking died, dude. I'm just telling you, don't completely sleep on the Hoosiers. They may have more going for them than Stanford, although Stanford did have like the famous women's coach step down, all that sort of stuff, right? So, it could very easily be Stanford winning the ACC tournament and Indiana wins the whole thing, or maybe Auburn wins the whole thing. Who knows, right? But Coach still thinks just because Indiana and Stanford have won it before, that especially with Stanford having a magic number and Hoosiers having numbers we really like, that's better for Coach than the Auburn Tiger thing. That could be a red herring, right? We would need to look and see some real magic going on with Auburn. We want to see some good names. We want to see like a kid from Paris or Ohio State, or someone who played for the Eagles, or the Fighting Irish, or something like that. And then 5 of their next 6 games are quad 1 opportunities. So if they win just a couple, they'll be back in the conversation. This is what Coach likes the most right now. They're ranked number 67, right? That's not bad. It's not a great ranking, but the number is nice, right? And it's not too far out to still make the tournament. So they also have the Detroit Shock, which we have coming back there next year. So I guess that's pretty much what Coach has. I know I had a lot more. It was mostly weird. I was still working through a lot. Let's see if there's anything in the notes. I mean, just a reminder that Carson is the Chiefs' backup, and that he got injured against the Rams. That's more Rams stuff coming back into play. Eagles happen to beat the Rams just now, right? And, I told you so. So Russell was drafted ahead of Foles, played ahead of Kenny Pickett, like all that sort of stuff. So it definitely could be Kenny Pickett instead of Tanner. If it's not Tanner, Coach is going to get real worried about the Cardinal. If it is Tanner, Coach is going to feel like it's in the back. That's basically where we're at. Appreciate y'all. So Coach couldn't stay away. Now, noticed, our buddy Elron, he did a story on the plane crash. Coach had actually seen, luckily in the comments, on a different video, someone talking about this plane crash. So he wasn't caught completely off guard. He'd already been doing a little bit of research himself. But the best part about Elron's channel, like many YouTube channels, is the comments section. Like, no doubt, dude. Like, I didn't even watch the video. I just go straight to the comments section, see what they're saying. But you got to be, super skeptical, right? It's not like everybody in there, or even close, is on the level, right? They're trying to put stuff in there to confuse you. So, let's see. This person said the whole situation sounds suspicious. No shit, dude. Like, it's fucking fake. Like, I don't know. Coach never believes that these things go down unless they want them to, right? They want you to think planes are terribly unsafe or whatever. Yesterday, plane crash in D.C. coming from Kansas. Today, a plane crash in Philly, heading to Missouri. Crazy. Chiefs versus Philly. This person talks about what Coach already told us, that Brandon Graham's coming off injured reserve to play for Philly. And he said number 55 on the field. Has anybody seen that film Focus? The number 55 was heavily featured with Will Smith. And, Will Smith is from Philly. Yeah, so he even said Will Smith from Philadelphia. And they pull off a big heist in New Orleans. The Coach is watching that tonight before bed. No doubt. And then I may have seen it. Doesn't ring a bell. The name, I swear there's like a lot of movies called Focus. Yeah, there's a movie called Focus from the 90s with William H. Macy. So maybe I haven't seen this one. Let's see. They're all saying it's not a plane crash, it's a missile. Coach says it's neither. So someone had an awesome comment we'll get to in a second. They said, is Tracy Morgan playing the mayor of Philadelphia? So this is the mayor of Philadelphia. Coach tried to get his best comparison pick. He thought that was dead on. Look what the AI did to him. 69% for that. So, well, I guess we don't have any better evidence. Oh, wait, boom, 90%. Not even a good picture. So, yeah, definitely the same fucking person. No doubter. Right? No, before I even looked, just because it was the stories of our life, right? Nothing was like horribly, I mean, I don't like that star, but whatever, right? But this person definitely on level, just with the laughs and the controlled opposition. Yeah, get the fuck off. Don't come anywhere near my channel, please. On Doug Peterson's birthday, we love that. You know, Coach is halfway through Doug Peterson's book right now. Good thing I bought that one way in advance, right? Along with Nick Foles' Believe It. So you can give me a hard time about the Commanders pick. Why the fuck did I buy those books if you're going to act like I didn't think they had a single fucking chance in hell, right? Like, of course. I thought they could go to the Super Bowl. I'll just go around fucking, like, they won the Super Bowl like 7 years ago, right? Like, I didn't just, those weren't even like one of the first ones picked up. It's just like when everything starts going, I was like, oh shit, you know, it's like right in the middle, like, all right, we're going to need this to go with our Brown stuff because they're clearly, in our line stuff because they're clearly cooking up some sort of Nick Foles ritual. All right, so there we go, moving on from that. I don't like a lot of these. It's just 174, it's just get bored. They've got a statue, Gates of the Hell by the police station. That's interesting. And leads into what Coach really wanted to tell you, which is the Liberty Bell. I'm sure this has been covered somewhere, right? Probably not on sports. Even like, I don't even think Elron probably calls this one up. This is what Coach thinks, okay? So they talk about that crack in the bell and how they constructed this big, beautiful, awesome bell, right? But it didn't ring right. It didn't sound right. So to fix it, they had to put this giant crack in it. Well, Coach says that's total bullshit, and that bells are known like to ward off like evil spirits and shit like that, right? So that's why they put a big crack in it so it doesn't fucking harm them. Now they've taken over Philly. They got the gates of hell. They're flaunting it. You know what it is. So let's see. Flight Risk, directed by Mel Gibson. Coach wants to watch that one too. Just came out this year. Coach also told you about that. That, you know, he just randomly watched that one about the TSA agent, right? That he says is the guy from Terminator 2, right? Like, why was I watching that one if I didn't think plane crashes and stuff factor in heavily? Now, I will say this, you know, I'll bet Elron's probably spent a little bit more time on numbers regarding planes. I bet you my whole fucking life he has not seen anywhere near the number of plane crashes Coach has seen. Coach used to be obsessed with planes. It used to be all he would watch. Every different variation of how planes crash. Like, they've got like 10 different shows, right? And it's not even the same, like, people every time. Like, you know, it's like completely different company called something completely different. But there's a billion different TV series and movies about planes crashing. And Coach was always obsessed because he always thought it was bullshit, right? He's like, this is nonsense. The whole thing doesn't make any sense, right? So Coach is skeptical. Like, he thinks, like, you know, so they pull the big 9/11 thing. They're always like, oh, the jet fuel thing, like jet fuel can't melt steel beams. Well, Coach agrees because he doesn't think jet fuel is anything but fucking steam. Like, why would they be up in the air with a heavy flammable liquid like that? Like, if you could use steam, you'd use steam. Coach thinks they're using steam, and that's what he asked for. Forgot to mention, so isn't it interesting? Coach brought up the Kobe thing. He told you Kobe is Tupac, right? And, you know, he's from Philadelphia, etc., right? And then sure enough, there's a Black Hawk helicopter crash in D.C. right when they're in, look, Taylor and Wolf, etc., Fox, right? Lewis, and then Griffin, a whole bunch of them that are flagged. Liz could be short for lizard, right? So that's a whole list of sketchy people right there for Coach. Lorraine's kind of like a lane too, and then so, you know, we had the Kobe Eagles connection, also, you know, LA, and then, you know, of course, all these plane crashes, but look, of course, carrying 6 people, right? So, and then, you know, they got to tell you the crash was captured by doorbell and dashboard cameras. So, of course, they got to sell you their stupid tech. Act like it catches all sorts of crazy stuff, and you would have, you know, like you were living in the Stone Age when you didn't have that shit. You wouldn't even caught a plane crash, right? So, Coach thinks it's all bullshit. It's all CGI. We're done, but there's no way Coach can pass up on this. So, Ravens Justin Tucker accused of inappropriate sexual behavior by 6 Massage therapist. Wow. Did Coach not tell you he was going to find his ass onto the Browns? Did you forget about that? Said the Browns or the Lions, one or the other. I had the Browns first. Now I'm definitely thinking it's the fucking Browns. Yeah, go get rubbed down with fucking Deshaun Watson and Jameis Winston. And as far as like deeper into this, Coach just thinks it's part of their. Well, we know it's all part of their brainwashing, right? But what's the angle? So Coach thinks it's like, these massages are a medical necessity. Coach gets massages sometimes because his back and his calves and everything is just like horribly, horribly tight. And the massages are incredibly painful. I told them to go like as hard as they possibly can, right? Because, I need to get my money's worth and I'm honestly worried things are going to start tearing real bad because I have like so many knots just head to toe, right? So when I go, I really need them. And Coach was thinking like, so it makes you scared to go get treatment you need. So like this would help you. So you're just gonna sit around and get tense, and your shit's gonna lock up, and you're gonna have problems that would have been very easily avoided if someone just gave you a little bit of physical contact in the areas of need, not the Deshaun Watson area, but your neck, your tension areas, all that sort of stuff. So that's one angle, and also it's the it's the group think. It's the basically, 6 insurance salesmen can't be wrong or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's just they're just using numbers to condition you to believe a certain. Well, they couldn't find 6 dudes to dress up and drag and pretend to give, say they gave Justin Tucker a massage and lie about it, right? So it has to be true. There wouldn't be all 6 of them. Same with the Bill Cosby thing. Couldn't be that many women. How do you know there's any of them, right? They're probably not even women. That's true, right? So that's what Coach is saying. It's just bullshit to make you think like. It's just to show anybody who's awake, like, we can just make you guilty of anything, anywhere, it doesn't matter. But if you pretend to play football and pretend to be in the, do comedy or whatever, we'll give you special treatments. Maybe you'll do like a year in jail or something like that. But everybody knows, like, it's just reinforcement of some of those. It reinforces the hierarchy structure, right? The people with more green, they don't deserve to go to jail as long as you do for way worse stuff, right? And the mob mentality. If the mob says you're guilty, period. That's woke cancel culture to a T. So here it is. This is the one I would imagine you wouldn't have needed to see anything else coaches come up with to know that this is in the bag for the fucking Eagles, bro. You're telling me if the Kansas City Chiefs win the Super Bowl and become the first ever team to three-peat, they're not even going to have a Super Bowl parade? Are you fucking kidding me? You really think that they're going to fucking win? That's how the NFL is going to celebrate the first three-peat with no parade? Because we're too fucking scared of our own people in Kansas City? What a fucking joke. So, Coach is just going to milk this one for a minute, because why the fuck not? Just talk about general Super Bowl stuff, Coach said this was on the short list of, scripts that he had, and it absolutely was. But, he can't stress enough how many teams people said could get to the Super Bowl that would have made Coach look really, really, really bad, right? If the Ravens get to the Super Bowl, Coach is pissed. Especially if the Texans get to the Super Bowl, Coach is absolutely fucking furious. Like, we're fucked. Right? Like, what the hell's that about? They're supposed to be cursed as hell. Look at that horrible logo. Right? They need to be the Oilers. And then, let's see, what else you got? Teams, people. So, we definitely didn't want the Bills in there. We thought that was super out of place. That would have been almost impossible to reconcile. The Vikings, exact same scenario. The Lions would have been the worst of the worst. The worst. Holy shit, did we need the Commanders / Redskins to knock them off. It's just, there's just no way, dude, that it's not in the bag for the fucking Eagles. It's way too many reasons. What is the reason for the Chiefs to do it? Yeah, I know we got, man, if we lose, that's fine. It's totally fine. All you can do is play your best, right? Every single fucking thing you could possibly want to find is pointing towards the Eagles. We never loved the Chiefs to three-peat anyway, right? Even if it was the script, we'd still hate it, right? But we would at least be able to admit, like, man, this is really looking bad. They've made it way too obvious. It's never the fucking favorite, dude. Like, they had the Chiefs as the dog last year, even though they were repeating. Like, what a joke, dude. I knew all we had to do was get our team heading into the Chiefs and be not favorites, right? And this, I want to warn you on this part, because this is almost certainly how it's going to go down. I imagine the Eagles are down at least 10 points at halftime, because the Chiefs were down 10 points when they beat them. So they're going to want to flip that one. And McKee only needs a couple. Like, McKee, whatever you think about him, whatever, it is a fact that so far in his career, he has needed fewer passes to score more touchdowns than anybody and does not turn it over. Right? If you got a guy that only needs a couple passes to score a touchdown and never puts it anywhere the defenders can get to. I'm telling you, I haven't seen one ball that he's thrown as a pro that a defender had a single chance. I'm not saying there wasn't one or two. I'm sure they probably would have to, like, add to the drama or whatever. But the coach says McKee is the man. I can't trust Kenny Pickett. I really think he's just there to distract you and to make it seem like the McKee thing's even more, oh, it's a third-string quarterback. That's even crazier than Foles. So that's what Coach has for you. Appreciate you. Okay, so Coach actually has seen the movie Focus. He got to that one just a couple weeks ago. So Coach's always just a little bit ahead of things usually. At least getting the information and stuff we need. I might not always be early with the pick, but I'll have enough there to correct as soon as it goes bad. But let's see. Bucky and Nikki are characters in the 2015 movie Focus. So Nikki, Nick Foles, Nick Sirianni, Bucky, that I can't remember his name, but Bucky from the Eagles. Or I told you that was a big deal in like the purchase of the Eagles or something like that. They had a Bucky, Buckeyes, Milwaukee Bucks. All teams we have doing something. Coach actually thinks it really, 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 really might be the Bucks over the Blazers. Coach just thinks it's a better angle. The only thing the Clippers have going for them is they've never ever made a conference championship, and it's LA. But, the Bill Walton thing, I mean, it could be Damian is winning it is good enough that kind of puts Portland on, but to me it's kind of really weird for Damian to be going over his former team. Like, doesn't it just prove that they could have made it to the finals with them and possibly won or something? But Coach says if they make any sort of trade or they're starting to look like they're on the come up, definitely fear the Blazers, man. That's a team that could definitely be. They got Buck Williams too. He used to battle the Bucks. Coach definitely likes that. But you know that already. And we're going to end it with a clip of Focus.
Look, I give you one chance to back down, okay? No hard feelings. Pick.
I guess number... Wait.
Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste. I've been around for a long, long year. Stole many a man's soul and faith.
Number 55.
I was around when Jesus Christ had his moment of doubt and pain. Made damn sure the pilot washed his hands and sealed his face.
No fucking way! That is unbelievable! How did you do
I'm right?
that?
Am I right?
Yes! You're fucking right! Fucking shit!
Oh my
You're
God.
fucking right. That is crazy.
You're not mad?
No! fucking way. I'm the man. Oh, we done got to go to Vegas right now. I have a jet. Oh, that was incredible. Did you see what she just did? And you have got some big fucking balls. You are my new fucking hero.
Double or nothing?
Oh, no fucking way! Get the fuck out of my suite! Now!
We're good, Coach. Consider your debt settled.
I am going to kill you.
Kill me later.
I'm going to kill you! What?
You did great. You did great. You did great.
God. How did you do that?
Liuan Say, legendary gambler. He bets on everything, anything, huge cash bets all the time. Once the Bellagio put Bill Gates out of the high roller suite because Liuan was flying in. He is the perfect Vic.
How did you know who he was gonna pick?
We told him to. We've been telling him all day. From the moment he left his hotel room, we've been priming him, programming his subconscious. He's been seeing the number 55 all day long. On the elevator, in the lobby, even the stick pin on the doormat. Not only that, we loaded his route from the hotel to the stadium. He looks out the window, primers are everywhere. Now he doesn't see it, but he does. There's no getting around it. He even sees Farhad. Suggestions are everywhere, from the number of flowers in a vase to the tramp stamp on the hooker we sent to his room last night.
That is genius.
Yeah, and it's not only what he sees, it's what he hears. The Mandarin word for 5 is woo. There are 124 woo-woos in sympathy for the devil. Now, he's not registering it, but it's all there. So when he picks up those binoculars, looks out on the field, sees a familiar face with the number 55 on his jersey, some little voice in the back of his mind says, that's it. And he thinks it's intuition, and he picks.
Do you want me to write it down?
And you, being in the dark, was the convincer. We call that the little blind mouse.
So just like that, of course, shows you ways that they do like predictive programming and do their number tricks, all that sort of stuff.